Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Salam Britain. It was a fantastic conversation that we just had with Mohammed and also Raza, and it just shows how people who commit to making a change really can impact people's life and bring everybody together. Well done. Now, let's take a moment to slow down and enjoy something very special, something that brings people together no matter where they come from. Today, we're diving into the world of food, and you know that every dish has its own unique story. It tells us where it could have originated from, who brought it to life, and how it connects us all in the most beautiful way. And speaking of stories, we've now got something special cooking up for you today. Chef Petrina is joining us live in the kitchen to prepare a coconut chickpea vegetable curry, a dish that is just as comforting and just as delicious as a Saturday morning. Packed with vibrant vegetables, creamy coconut and hearty chickpeas, this dish is full of flavour and warmth, perfect for bringing people together. So, let's get ready to be inspired by Chef Petrina as she walks us through this simple yet incredible recipe. Let's get cooking.
Hello everyone, welcome back to my new recipe, chickpea curry and mixed vegetables. So the main ingredients are starting with all C's, which is coconut chickpea curry. So coconut, I've got my coconut oil here, and I've got the coconut cream here, I've got the chickpeas, and I've got my curry mix here, which is mixture of turmeric, we've got paprika, a bit of cumin seeds here, mustard seeds, curry powder, sea salt. That's the main ingredients. And you know me by now, I love my vegetables multicolored. So you can see it's very, very colorful here. We've got the shallots here. I've got a brown onion this time, another shallot. This different shapes of shallots. One's longer, and this is the smaller one. And I've got 3 cloves of garlic, carrot, chilli, green and red, an orange pepper, a red pepper, a yellow pepper, all the different colors. I've got obviously spring onions here, spring onions with the roots as well. So what I normally do is I just chop it up to here, and then I replant the thing so that it lasts a bit longer. I've got spinach leaves and different types of mushrooms. I've got these oyster mushrooms here, like that. Okay, and then I've got the shiitake mushrooms, very healthy as well, and the button mushrooms. You can use a variety of mushrooms, whatever you can find. And yeah, that's almost about it. I've got also sweet potato to have the carbohydrates as well, and a couple of tomatoes, big tomatoes. So what's going to be cooking first is I'm going to be heating up this pan and melting a bit of the coconut oil. So just about a teaspoon or so will be enough.
So Chef, would you say we use the tin coconut or the kind of the hard block of coconut that you can get?
I've actually used the tin one this time, but you can use the block one as well, whichever is handy. So with the sweet potato, I normally just cook it with the skin as well, because the nutrients are just under the skin. So all you have to do is just dice it into like quite small pieces. Oops, this one's a bit hard. Okay. So just small pieces, so it cooks faster. However, if you want it chunky as well, and if you've got more time, then you can also have it like larger pieces. So the sweet potato, it will actually also combine nicely with the chickpeas, just to give it more of a bulk in terms of the ingredients itself. So the sweet potatoes, because it's a bit hard, I'm just going to cook that first of all. So just chop it, like I said, into small chunky bits, similar size to the chickpeas, like that. Okay. There you go. It's all there, all cooked, all chopped. So the oil, as you can see, is already melted. I'm just going to add that in. All in. You can hear it sizzling already because the oil is quite hot. So all there in, and while waiting for that to cook, I'm going to be chopping up the garlic as well. Garlic again, about three or four cloves, depending on the size of it as well.
Okay.
So just chop it up really finely, like that. And then I've got the shallots, which I'm going to chop up in a minute. Shallots, like I said, this is the smaller shallot, round size one. And then I've got the longer one as well, which is this one here. Okay, so just chop it up, this bit of skin, get rid of that. There you go. So shallots, garlic, onions, these are my main go-to ingredients whenever I'm cooking because it's good for the health as well. Leave that there, okay. So I've cut the shallots up again in sort of little dicey bits. The brown onion as well. You can use red onion as well if you want to. Brown onion is something I found this time, so I've added it in. So the different sorts of shallots and onions just give different flavors and different benefits as well. These are very good if you're having like a very phlegmy mucus in your lungs and things like that. So it's good to actually expel all the mucus.
Perfect
and keep all the bugs away as well.
Yeah, especially now.
Yeah.
One day it's hot, one day it's cold.
Yeah, it is.
Everyone's getting the flu.
Yeah. So, yeah, I've been eating onions, garlic, and chili and stuff like that almost every day. So that keeps you healthy, really. Keeps all the bugs away. And on here, I've got just a vegetable seasoning, which I'm just going to chop up. There's a bit more flavor as well. So I'm going to add that all in, chopped up. Add it in to cook with the sweet potato. Give that a bit of stir. And I've got, as mentioned, some mustard seeds. You can actually use also coriander seeds and cumin seeds as well. I'm going to add it all in, just about a half a teaspoon, quarter to half a teaspoon. Just give it more the curry sort of flavor. So now I'm going to chop up the mushrooms. Mushrooms don't take too long to cook. I've got a variety of mushrooms, as I mentioned. They're all good in, or high in, various vitamins, especially B vitamins as well, B12. And the shiitake ones especially, they are good for preventing cancer as well. So it's good to have actually mushrooms in your meals. Mushrooms can be eaten raw, however, I prefer to just cook them slightly.
Okay.
So again, just chop them up finely, fairly finely. If you'd like to add some meat or some seafood to this recipe, you can as well. However, today I'm just doing it like a vegan, vegetarian style. So this recipe is totally versatile as to what you want to make it to be. Okay, so the mushrooms just diced like that. Okay, got the last of the oyster mushrooms. This was oyster mushroom because it looks a bit like an oyster, the shape. That's it. So add that in to the pot.
It smells lovely already, and it's not even ready yet.
Yeah. So I don't normally add any water. However, this is actually the water from the can of chickpeas, so I didn't want to waste it. I'm going to add it later as well to add just a bit of moisture to it. And then we've got the various peppers. In fact, I'll cut the carrot first because carrot's a bit hard. And carrot again, you can eat it raw. However, I just want to cook it slightly. So the carrot again, I'm actually cooking it with the skin as well. There are lots of nutrients just under the skin, so never ever peel a carrot.
And we often peel the carrots because we don't like the look of the skin.
Yeah.
But actually, it's nutritious. So
It is
keep it on.
nutritious. You can obviously remove like if there's any like blemishes, the black bits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
However, the rest of the carrot should be cooked. I'm just going to turn down the heat slightly.
Okay.
So you'll find with my cooking as well, I don't cook on very high heat. It's normally just medium, medium-low heat. This is like 4 now on the
Does that help
on
to
the stove?
preserve? Does that help to preserve the nutrients?
Yes, yes. Cooking on medium or low heat helps to retain the nutrients. Yeah, ideally you want to be cooking below like 86 degrees Celsius.
Okay.
So if it's like reaching boiling point, then you actually killed all the nutrients.
That's really important to know if we want our food to also be our medicine.
Yes, yes. So I've met many people, who say, "Oh, I'm eating like what you're cooking." However, they're cooking at very high heat, so that's where all the nutrients are gone. And it's actually important not to overcook stuff as well. Okay. So you'll see with vegetables, it'll still be colorful and crunchy. It wouldn't have lost its color,
And they won't be too soft.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So add that in. This one's got a bit of moisture as well. So you can see I've not really added any water or liquids to my cooking.
Fantastic.
It's all going quite moist. Got the last red pepper to do. You can also, add green pepper if you want to as well. However, because I've already got the green from the spinach, I didn't choose the green pepper. However, if you want to, you can add more greens if you want to as well. Other vegetables that are in your home, by all means add it as well if you want to just make it more colorful and more nutritious.
Which pepper of the sweet peppers has the most flavor in it? Is the green, the yellow, or the red?
Yeah, they all got different flavors and different nutrients to it.
Okay.
So I'm going to add the chickpeas now. The chickpeas are already cooked. You can buy the ones which are not cooked and boil it yourself, but that takes a bit longer as well. So I'm going to add also the curry powder paste to it now. It's got all the ingredients inside. And I'm going to also add a bit of ginger. Ginger again with the skin. Not a lot, just to give it a bit of flavor as well. A bit more ginger.
Oh, we love ginger.
Okay. Ginger is very good for like managing if you're suffering from nausea, morning sickness, travel sickness, things like that. Good for that as well. And you can make ginger tea with this as well. Make your own ginger tea.
Fantastic.
So the ginger, again, slice it very fine and just add it in. Okay. Give that a bit of stir as well. So I'm just going to add the remnants of the chickpea water into that as well, so that it's slightly moist. You don't have to. I just didn't want to waste any food, or any liquid, so it's all there. It's not extremely moist. Now I'm going to cut the tomato. The large tomatoes, preferably you should cook it slightly. If you're using the cherry ones, then there's no need to actually cook it, but the large ones, it's better if you cook it slightly. So again, just chop it into small pieces and eat everything, the seeds and all that. So it's got its natural moisture as well. Tomatoes are good for the heart. It's got, lots of, it's got a nutrient called lycopene as well, good for the eyes as well, and skin as well. So you can see the skin of the tomato is very smooth. So if you eat a lot of that, you'll have really good skin as well.
Smooth skin.
Yeah, yeah. So you can see this tomato here like that looks a bit like the heart as well. So that's how you actually get the tips as to which foods are good for which organs in the body.
Ah, because they look like the organs.
Yeah. looks like the arteries of the heart. So,
Good tip.
and you know, these sort of vegetables that are moisture rich, it's also a good way to actually keep hydrated, especially in warm weather. Because sometimes, or even colder weather, sometimes we don't drink enough liquids to keep hydrated. So this is a good way to get it from your food as well. Okay, so add the tomatoes in. Okay, we're almost done.
It's looking great.
Yeah, you can see all the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to add the spinach last because it takes very little time to cook. Chop these spring onions, actually. I'm going to add the spinach now. So the spinach looks a lot. It's like a bag, but it wilts down very quickly.
Okay.
So don't be afraid to use a lot. Okay, this is like a bag of spinach, about 100 grams or so. Cover that, cook, and yeah, I'm gonna add in the chili. Chili, I'm just gonna add it in straight. Do you like very spicy food, Lina?
Very spicy.
Okay, that's good. I love it too. So,
Yeah.
all depends on you. If you don't really want it too hot, then don't add too much. I haven't actually tried this chili. I'm not too sure how hot it is. So I'm just gonna add half, just to be on the safe side. Just cover it. Increase it slightly, the heat. Okay, let it cook. And just gonna cut the green bits of the spring onions. And as I mentioned here, the rest, if you get the roots, you can actually put it in water and it'll be actually planted as well.
Okay.
Gonna add this coconut cream last, and gonna cut this lime as well, just to squeeze it.
And what
So
does the lime do to the dish?
Pardon?
What does the lime do for the
It
dish?
just gives like a soury taste to it, and also a bit of vitamin C. Yes, yeah. It's totally up to you.
Fantastic benefit.
It's just a mixture of, you know, the sweetness from the vegetables, a bit of saltiness in the curry, and yeah. So just give that a stir. Guess this one. Get a fork. Most of these vegetables, they are okay if you eat it raw as well, so
Okay.
I'm not too concerned if it doesn't cook too much.
It's looking great.
However, you just want the spinach to wilt down slightly,
Okay.
and it's easily cooked with the slight heat. So not to worry. I'm going to add the coconut cream now, just to make it a bit creamy. So this is about probably like 2 to 3 tablespoons of coconut milk.
Did you make the coconut cream yourself? Or-
No, unfortunately no. It's quite difficult to buy, you know, to get fresh coconuts from here. So unfortunately, these are the canned ones. The ones you can get. However, if you are like in, you know, Southeast Asia where I come from, then you know you can get a lot of more fresher ingredients. So I'm going to add the spring onions as well in there.
It's smelling fantastic. It smells great.
Yeah, it's a lot of color, lots of color. So with this dish, you can either eat it on its own, or you can eat it with rice or bread, or even pasta if you choose to. Remember, I've actually added the sweet potato in there, so if you're craving a bit of carbohydrates, then you already have the potato in there as well. So it's a nice dish which you can prepare and then eat it later. It'll also be, I think, quite tasty, even if it's just room temperature, not too hot. Yeah, so you can see the spinach has wilted down now. I've got 3 different herbs, a bit of mint, a bit of basil, and a bit of coriander as well. So I'm just gonna garnish it towards the end. I think this can be served. I've got some bread here ready to enjoy. Okay.
Wow, look at that.
If you want to add like a vegetable like aubergine as well, you can, get the purple color. That's fine as well. So I'm going to turn this heat down. It's more or less cooked. Okay, turn it down all the way. And I'm going to serve this. Put that in. Just get this one, which is bigger. Okay. So it's got a bit of liquids as well, for those of you who want it a bit saucy. And you can see I didn't add a lot of liquid. Most of the liquids actually come from the vegetables itself, the tomatoes, and even the peppers have a bit of liquid in it as well.
I noticed that you didn't put much salt in it.
No, because I did put a seasoning, a cube of seasoning, and it's mainly just a lot of paprika, turmeric, which gives the yellowy color, orangey color. There you go. So I'm going to squeeze this little lime.
The producers are asking for some later. So
yeah, of course.
Save some for the
keep.
producers.
It's a lot. So just squeeze this little lime over it. There you go. And I'm gonna just cut up some mint and some basil. Okay, so just a bit of that. Just garnish it.
And this you can have as a main meal for dinner or for a light lunch.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, and you can obviously have it as like a takeaway as well. If you're working outside and you just want something hearty, something nutritious without having to go and buy food, then this is the dish for you.
Can I try?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, come all means. I've got. Yeah.
So this will be my lunch.
By all means.
I know the producers want some, so
yeah. There's some in the pot anyway, so you go ahead. Yeah.
Thank you, chef. Okay, let me try it here.
Okay.
Okay. So what I'm seeing here, and the smell is just beautiful.
Yeah.
But I can see that you've got the mixture of the tomatoes and also the chickpeas.
Yes.
Right. And what I like about the chickpeas as well, I haven't got the skin on them.
Yeah.
Which is really, really good. Okay. Sorry, I'm African, so you want me to use a fork? I wanted to just use my hand.
That's okay. Use your hands, whichever is convenient for you. Yeah.
You rightly told me that.
You might need to get a bit of sauce as well.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Like it?
Yeah, it's really nice.
Good.
It tastes really nice, and the lemon just adds a nice kick to it.
Yeah. Either lemon or lime you can use, whichever. Yeah.
Fantastic. And what type of bread is this?
This is just sourdough bread, and the other one's wholemeal. So I've just got a variety. And like I said, you can take more sauce to it. You can probably take.
So can you please go through the ingredients again?
Yeah, the ingredients mainly chickpeas. As you know, chickpeas. We've got the coconut oil, coconut milk as well, a bit of sea salt, paprika, turmeric, cumin and mustard seeds or coriander seeds if you want to. And a mixture of vegetables of your choice. I've used the various colored peppers, orange, red. You can choose green peppers as well. I've used the yellow pepper. And then the spring onions, garlic, ginger, onions, shallots, and garnish it with spring onions. I mentioned lime or lemon if you want to, a bit of juice, and garnish it with herbs of your choice like mint, coriander, or basil. And tomatoes. I've used that as well.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And could you go through the process just in case anybody missed the process?
Okay. So basically what I've done is, because I've added the sweet potato, it takes a lot longer to actually cook. So I've cooked that first. And then I've added the garlic, onions, shallots, and then the vegetables last, and seasoning as well. The spinach leaves I've added towards the end because obviously it just takes a few seconds to cook. Chickpeas I've added before that because it's already cooked. However, you can actually also use the fresh chickpeas where you actually boil it yourself and cook it later. However, that takes a bit more time, which you can do if you're in the kitchen. You can do it separate on separate pan itself while you're cooking the sweet potato and the other ingredients. Then you can add chickpeas later as well. Yeah.
It's a fantastic dish.
Good.
And the sourdough bread really adds to it, adds to the flavour. My taste buds are bursting.
Thank
So
you.
you've got the sweet and you've got the sour.
Yeah. Like I said,
It's
you can
really,
have it
really
with
good.
rice as well, or bread. If
Yeah, definitely. I wonder if it will go well with jollof rice. We'll have to see.
I'm sure it will be.
And what other bread do we have
This
here?
one's just wholemeal bread. Yeah.
This is
Yeah,
wholemeal bread.
wholemeal. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah. Just mention, just take a bit more gravy so the bread's not too dry, and yeah.
I want to thank you so much, Chef
You're
Petrina.
welcome.
I'm looking forward to your next dish, and I want to thank all of our viewers who have been with us today. It's been a very reflective show. I thank you all, and we're going to end with going back to the Vatican to see what's happening there.